Slacker standards and sidelined stars, where did it all go wrong for Scotland? Scotland's World Cup dreams ended on Wednesday with a 3-1 playoff defeat by Ukraine. A trip to Wales was on offer for the right to play at the Qatar finals, where England were among the group opponents. Here the PA news agency assesses what happened and what's next for Scotland. Scotland were outplayed for the bulk of the game, and it was too little, too late when they did get going. Ukraine dominated the midfield and were able to pick passes and space in the Scotland half, and the home side's back three struggled to cope with the visiting attackers' movement. Steve Clarke's two strikers, Che Adams and Lyndon Dykes, were starved of service. Ryan Christie replaced Dykes at halftime to give Scotland another body in midfield, but they went 2-0 down within 4 minutes. Only after Scott McTominay moved from a back three into midfield did Scotland begin to get to grips with the game. The tactics were exacerbated by widespread poor performances. Craig Gordon was the standout exception, pulling off 3 excellent saves even before Ukraine scored and keeping Scotland in the game until the visitors netted with the last kick of the ball on the counter-attack. Callum McGregor never stopped harrying and produced the goal as well as other moments of energy, while Aaron Hickey grew into his first international start after initially looking unsure after being played at right wing back on his competitive debut. Otherwise, nobody got pass marks. John McGinn, so often the talisman in recent years, produced an extraordinary miss when it looked easier for him to nod home his 13th Scotland goal, while skipper Andy Robertson made a series of blunders as Scotland pushed for an equaliser. Yes, but an absentee list of probably 2 and possibly 3 regular starters was nothing unusual. Ryan Jack pulled out of the squad, but he has not featured much over the past 12 months through injury. Nathan Patterson could not prove his fitness following ankle surgery, and he was missed down the right after an exceptional recent display against Poland. The biggest miss was Kieran Tierney, whose flexibility and composure is a key ingredient in making Steve Clarke's system work. One point of solace for the Tartan Army, who have not been to a World Cup since 1998, is that most of Clarke's squad are young enough to have another go. Scotland have also shown enough signs of progress in recent years to suggest they will continue to be competitive in the coming seasons. The performance in the 2-0 win over Denmark in November, which sealed a home playoff, showed Scotland can rise to high levels of performance when it matters, despite Wednesday's major disappointment. Although 39-year-old Gordon has surely seen his chance disappear, most of Clarke's squad can continue to harbor World Cup dreams. The likes of John Souter and Nathan Patterson, neither of whom featured, have their best years ahead of them at international level. Scotland need to get the disappointment out of their system quickly. They open their Nations League campaign at home to Armenia next Wednesday and follow it with a double-header away trip to Dublin and Yerevan, and they will need to improve to top their group as Ukraine are also in the section, but they showed massive progress from the away to the home games against Denmark last year. The Nations League offered a route to Euro 2020 for Scotland and they will be determined to get that same option again.